Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Going into part two of today's episode of Roleplay Nebula Jazz. We are in hot pursuit. The tug, as piloted by Eugene, rips past the screen in the debris field outside of Slyn. Hot in pursuit. Several of these little space invader drones coming hungrily after the ship. I was saying during the break to these folks, but I'll repeat it now. Obviously, Eugene is the one piloting the ship. Eugene's going to have to avoid, banging the ship up, running into stuff, keep things on target. Aurora is our gunner. Aurora's in the back in the little gunnery pod, firing the butt blasters at the little creatures that are coming after you. But Rex and Quinn can contribute to the battle by discovering aspects about the foes that are pursuing you, creating new aspects about the scene in general, and contributing with help by adding a +1 to the next person to roll by describing how their character does that. So we'll start by just establishing everybody's turn order here. So let me just add the drones. Okay, and Rex? What's your quick or quickly?
4.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's right. You upgraded yours. Aurora, what's yours?
2.
2. Quinn?
2.
Okay, and then Eugene?
1, because I upgraded it.
Nice. That's right. Yeah.
I'm so
right.
fast.
So Rex, you were the first one to be able to react when something happens. There's the ship's alarm goes off. It's like not to alarm anyone, but we seem to be being pursued, and the little red light like starts going. What does Rex do when this happens, and where are you?
So like throughout the initial discovery that we were being pursued, you can just hear like heavy breathing in the hangar room, and you can see a shadow over the wall of Rex just doing pull-ups. And his shirt is like draped over some crates. Mm-hmm. And you hear the lights start flashing red, and you hear like the clank of his boots on the ground as he lets go. And he kind of just shimmies over to like it's kind of just like a looking spire. There's some rear cameras on the ship, and he can access them from a control panel in the hangar bay. So he immediately just boots up the cameras to see if he can see their pursuers.
Yeah. Okay. So you see, you see the debris field, and at first it's hard to tell because the ship is sort of like moving around quite a lot. There's a lot of debris out there, but you do pick out about a dozen little points of light as these self-propelled drones kind of are flying in towards you. So what do you want to do with your action?
Discover a trait, probably about the ships and how they function. Yeah. I'd say this isn't the first time that Rex has been chased through these parts by these particular ships. And so he has a little bit of knowledge about how they move and how we can evade them better.
Okay. All right. So you want to discover their aspect. Yes, you can do that. I think it's going to be a careful roll. Let's say difficulty is difficulty is 3. It's a little hard to pick them out from what information you have here.
Okay. Careful.
Yeah. It sounds like you're being careful.
Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Rip.
All right. So in this instance, you can roll. You can pay to roll again, or you can boost. If you fail, you don't create or discover, or you do, but I get a free invocation.
Okay, so what happens if I just leave it as it is?
Just what I said, that you fail. I can just say you don't discover it, or I can say, here's something you discover about the scene, and then I get a free boost on it.
Cool. Yeah. So I think Rex kind of like jumps on the comms and takes a look, but these aren't the ships he remembers. These are something else, and he can't really figure out anything about them.
Yeah, they just look like angry. I think we see that they don't seem to have they're shaped like little sort of like piranhas. They have this rotating ring of like sharp teeth at the front, just underneath their camera, and they have sort of jet fins behind them. They don't seem to be firing weapons. They're probably going to come up and like grab onto the ship. Yeah, so you recognize generally kind of what they're about, but you don't know any details about them. They all look different from one another a little bit too. They're all definitely like scrapped together.
Yeah, these are definitely ships Rex hasn't seen before.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna need some defenses. There's 4 groups of them. 2 of the groups, I think, Eugene, you're gonna be able to try to avoid as they come flying in to bite at the ship. And then the other 2, maybe Aurora, you can defend against by firing at them to keep them back. So let's start with Eugene. So Eugene, these two groups, they break off from the kind of school, the swarm behind you, and they fly around, boost up, and try to flank the ship. So they come in from both sides. So the first group comes ripping in after you, and I get a 2. How are you avoiding? What's your defensive maneuvers look like?
I want to say that at this point we're already being chased, and I have a good idea of what's around us. So I try to, like, as they're coming in like this, I want to wait until the last second and then whoa.
Nice. Okay, so you just like hold it, and you can see them coming in, and then you're gonna like change direction and move out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Make a either flashy or quick.
Okay. Frick a dick.
All right. So, do you want the ship to take one strain, or do you want here? I'll make little boxes for the ship, or do you want to spend that last point of yours?
Fuck. God, already? We just started.
I know, right? Now, when you want to use points, you can either use your own or you can use the ship. And the ship has plucky little tug and opinionated onboard computer. You can treat those as if they were on your character sheet. Everyone has those.
Okay. Frick. Yeah, I'll use my last one.
Okay.
And I'll invoke opinionated onboard computer and say that, like, while these things are coming for us,
like,
the
might wanna
computer's
move.
like,
Now, any moment
would you
now.
like to move? I believe we should move. Perhaps
Pull up.
we should move now.
Eugene, pull up, Eugene.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm on it, frick.
Yeah, and you do it, and and then the ship like flies up, and it says to you, it's like, you're lucky I don't have control over the ship, and so it's registered its annoyance with you, but you just pull it out of the way, and all right. So the second barrage of little missile drones comes flying in at you. I got a 4 on this one.
Come on.
What do you? So Eugene, how are you avoiding the second batch? The sharp pull up means that the first group of 3 flies past you, but the others, their heat seeking sensors allow them to turn and chase you. So now you've sort of hit a T intersection. You go straight up through the debris, and they're following you up out of it. So how do you avoid them? What do you do?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can try to get them to there's lots of debris around here. I could try to get them to, like, run into something.
Yeah.
That
totally.
isn't me, you know?
Yeah. So you want to try to like dive in and avoid try to avoid them by giving them other things to go around and slow them down.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll. I think probably probably the same, like flashy or
Same?
quick,
Okay.
whichever, depending on how you see it looking.
I can't do anything, so yep, fucking nailed it.
All right. So 4 is enough to you gotta I'll let y'all decide. So do you want the ship to take the 2 box and a level 2 consequence, or do you want to take just the level 4 consequence?
Question, is there anything I can do to, like, jacker hack this ship to give us a little more speed or a little more
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
maneuverability or something?
But it's not your turn yet, right?
Yeah,
I'm just-
totally.
All right, I just want to make sure that I can do something instead of just be like, hey, keep it up.
Don't worry,
Keep-
buddy.
You got
like,
this.
narratively, you saying like, keep it up, you've got this, could be functionally the same as you being like, I get over to the Jacker terminal and I start shooting hacker beams at them. Like, it's all functionally the same. You can decide what you want to do, and we'll find a way to make it work.
All right.
So yeah, I'll let you primarily, Eugene, you're the one piloting. How do you want the ship to take this hit? Is it going to be like hull damage, or is it something more serious so that the ship doesn't get like that beat up? Basically, you can fill your 3 stress boxes and you have your 3 consequences. What do you want to do? You got to absorb 4 worth of damage.
Fuck. I mean, it would be better for it to take like lots of light hits instead of one big hit.
The 2 and 2 is probably the smartest move for this first hit. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So a mild consequence for the ship. Let's.
Is that the ship starts speaking Spanish? Great. We've done it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So let's say the mild thing is a confused internal system, and it manifests by So the onboard AI, who's normally like just a sort of like astute British chap for some reason, it's like, we could have done this a completely different way. If you just turned 3 degrees to the and there's like static as some of the ships like grind across the hull, and one of them bites down on some important cable. And then it says something to you about how something is muy caliente, and then refuses to speak English again after that, and it's just talking in Spanish for the whole.
This again?
Yeah, no es bueno. All right, so you have it has confused internal system as one of its consequences now.
All right.
So I'll add that in here, and I can invoke that for free once. All right. This is like when you're playing, what was that iOS game where you would shout at each other and yell about what button to press, like you're piloting a spaceship? Do you guys remember that?
Oh my God, yes.
Space Team. Yeah, this is the part in Space Team where suddenly all of the buttons are in a different language.
Right. Like, no!
All right. So while that's happening, while you're dealing with that, the other 2 little swarms come in more directly. So they're right on the tail, kind of riding the wash of the engine, the ion wash of the engine. And Aurora, you can see them in your display. And yeah, they're coming barreling towards you. So you're going to need to defend against these 2. The first swarm comes flying in and only has a 0. How are you going to defend? What do you do?
I mean, okay, so I don't know if I can do this, but by this time, I want to say that Sparky, his tail has plugged into the computer. And so as I'm like looking around, it's actually Sparky. So you can see his head moving. So he's actually plugged into like this visor, and he is the one that's like in control of all of this right now. And all he has is every time he barks, I have to shoot. So you just tell it, it's like I have Game Shark. Like I'm cheating. And that's what I'm doing right now. Is Sparky has become like the actual.
He's you're like wall hacking. He's your aimbot.
Yeah, he's my aimbot. So it's actually him shooting. But he immediately pinpoints one and it locks on and he barks. And so I just like quickly press the button to shoot and then I don't press anything else.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay. Go ahead and make a I think forceful probably then if you're just like taking shots at them.
Okay. Are you serious?
All right. So a tie on defending is enough. You don't have to worry about boosting that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you defend on a tie and they attack you, I gain a boost. So we'll call it unless you want to spend points. But the tie is just like I'll have one boost that I can use.
I'll save my points.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my free shot on confused internal systems. And what I'm going to do is, so you've got the joystick, and since the last time you used it, someone else has used the thing, or the system's gotten rebooted. The system, like the INI file, got replaced. So your joystick is inverted. You go to point down and it goes up, and you shoot up past it. So that means I'm at 2 and you're at 0. So do you want to take the 2 or do you want to spend a point?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a point.
Okay.
So, because listen, my loyal companion knows how to play video games, okay? He's a robot. He's programmed to be good at this, and he's a cheat bot. So he knows how to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna end it in a tie. Because Sparky doesn't miss. Unless he does.
All right, so that means I get to create a boost. So I'm gonna create a boost called "They're Everywhere," and you guys can use this. I just get a free shot on it. And what this means is just they're all over the place, right? Like your targeting system is being overwhelmed by how many of these robots there are. So you don't get the ship doesn't get hit, but I get this free boost. And then there's one last swarm coming in, and I get a 3. So what do? You realize the controls are inverted. Sparky quickly readjust them. You realize they're swarming all over the place, target-rich environment, and then there's a batch coming in. What are you gonna do?
I believe in you.
I think that's when Sparky just immediately tries to pinpoint all, and then he just keeps barking. So I just keep shooting. I'm just shooting the whole time, panic mode, and just this fire goes out that has just bullets everywhere.
Right. Okay. So you're just trying to fill your field of vision with laser fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and roll. And you can same thing, forceful.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
All right. You're one short. You want to just spend another point, or you want to take the hit for 1?
Well, I guess
you do have your one stress box is still unfilled, so you could fill that if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take the hit. So.
Okay. All right, so the ship only has one stress box left, which means you're gonna have to start taking some consequences. Just roll well on your turn. Quinn, it is your turn. These piranha bots are all over the ship. They're chewing up the hull. The computer is shouting at you in Spanish. What are you gonna do?
I want to jacker hack the ship. To
your own ship.
My own ship.
Madness.
In order to convince the piranha droids or whatever, and all these things chasing us, that we're in fact just a bit of the debris and not actually a ship worth their time.
Right. Okay.
And so they'll let us go. They'll let us go through.
Okay. All right. So do you want this to be do you want it to be an attack? Do you want to create a scene aspect? So that someone else can go? Because Aurora is going to start shooting on the next turn. So
yeah. I want to I want to scramble their systems so that they can't tell us apart from the rest of the debris.
Okay. So you want to put an aspect on them called scrambled systems or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you're jacker hacking flashily. This is an overcome. Your stunt gets to play into this. So roll overcome. These things aren't super complex. So go ahead and call it a difficulty 2.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, dog.
All right.
Finally
So
a good roll.
So you do it.
That's a 7 technically. I'll take it.
You create another one. So you were 5 over what you needed, which means on a create you get a bunch of free boosts. Basically, you just fuck them up for a turn, giving everybody else opportunities to boost. So 2 free invocations on their. Let's see. So what did you? So some of their sensors. How would you describe this?
So Quinn goes into goes into the terminals in the cockpit and starts just messing with things, and you can just see his big hands. What looks like just slashing at wires and stuff. Really, he's combining wires and essentially changing magnetic polarities and sensor readings, and so all these different bots are detecting all sorts of different things. Some detect it as a piece of debris, and some detect it as another bot, and it's just scrambling their systems. And it's just the ship is now emitting pulse waves that are just every so often hitting the bots and freaking them out.
And I think that Yahe and Toluchu are watching you, and they look at each other when you do this. And Yahe says in Lizardman, but we get the subtitles. He says in Lizardman quietly so that you can't hear, but maybe Quinn hears anyway. He quotes some scripture, some apocryphal scripture. Where he's and he will speak with the machines and be one with their language. And then Flochu is like looking at him like, no, you have to stay skeptical about this. He's not the Blixlord. And they're just like looking at each other like, no. Can you not see? The evidence is unsurmountable.
Clearly.
So let's so their sensors are scattered, and anyone can invoke this without spending a fate point on their turn.
Awesome.
So Aurora, you see what looked like this kind of very like coordinated kind of flocking or like school swimming motion as they like sweep in. Suddenly they scatter and kind of like fly in a bunch of different directions. You can go ahead and take your turn. What are you gonna do? You get the guns. Sparky's there.
Fire at him.
You got your prog rock playing in your headphones. Okay, cool. So you just like whirl the gun around and start shooting.
I mean, I don't really know what else to do with the guns besides shoot.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what they're for. They're guns.
However, I'm thinking. I mean, I am a techno sorcerer. Can I do something? Like try to manipulate the actual one of the actual pilots or ships?
I mean, that's gonna be much more difficult than just shooting at them with your guns.
Okay.
It would be a good last ditch thing if the guns get damaged or run out of ammo or something. But
Okay.
for right now, yeah, probably best to start with the guns. You're already on pretty thin ice.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot.
Okay, all right.
I
Roll. You
I
can roll
think
forceful.
he's gonna aim at the closest one to try and get it to like steer off guard. So. Yeah. Do I just roll forceful?
Yes, yeah. You're just like pulling guns around, firing at them. Okay, so you got a 1. I'm gonna roll to defend, and
Okay.
then you can decide if you want to spend any of your points or use scattered sensors. Start to do that stuff. So let me roll to defend. They're not very defensive.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Do you want to make that worse? Like right now, you'll blow up one of the like 12 drones.
I mean, I kind of want to keep my points and just blow up one.
You've got free invokes on scattered sensors. So
Oh,
you
do
could
I?
blow up-
So I
yeah,
don't
you
have
could-
to spend points to use that?
No.
I'm going to do
You-
that.
You can use it once for free.
I'm going to make it worse for them.
All right, so that goes up to 3, and that's how many boxes of stress. So you, you blow up 3 of the drones. Like one of the little micro swarms comes in, and the ship's guns fire off a barrage of lasers, and we see 3 of them blow up and spiral off, crashing into other debris in the field. They're still pretty confused. Eugene, my
Yes.
friend, you need to keep the ship from crashing into any of the spare debris. So you're trying to avoid on their turn as they come in to try to bite the ship to death. And the ship is just letting off like a long string of Spanish invectives at you about what you're a terrible pilot and how dare you and get your hands off me.
Right.
You can't understand any of that, but you do understand that you were surrounded by debris and you're hurling through it at a high speed. So yeah, what are you doing on your turn?
Do I know? Can I see Quinn, or did Quinn just like disappear?
I'm next to you, just in a I'm in the cockpit still, just like ripping through.
Quinn is
like a
elbows
terminal.
deep in the ship's guts.
Jacking.
Yeah.
Right,
Jacking.
he's jacking.
Mhm.
Okay, then I'm gonna since right now we're like kind of out of control because there's just so much going on. I'm gonna try to just like, right? I'm gonna try to just take a breath and be a bit more precise about where I'm steering us.
Mhm.
A bit more careful, if you will,
So
about
just,
how I
yeah,
fly.
just try to like get focused and like
Yeah, because
So-
everything else is mayhem. So I
Mhm.
need to just like try to tune it out and trust that like I see Quinn doing whatever the fuck it is that he does, right? And I'm like, all right, Quinn's doing something. I got Aurora doing something. Like I'm gonna trust that they're figuring it out, and I'm gonna just stick to keeping the ship safe.
Smart move. Smart move. Okay, cool. Yeah, make a careful roll just to avoid debris and like keep everybody from crashing. Because yeah, even if you shoot down all the drones and you can jack till you're sore, if the ship crashes into a big chunk of debris, it doesn't matter. None of that's gonna be relevant. So yeah, go ahead and roll your. Oh God, Eugene, buddy.
Why are you flying the ship?
understand.
Why are you flying the ship?
I don't understand. It's my highest fucking stat.
I know you're rolling so poorly. Oh man.
Like, what the fuck?
Three minuses.
How is that even remotely possible?
Oh boy.
Here, roll it. So
Yeah, I think Eugene, you take a moment to like center yourself. Like I can do this. And then bang, you crash right into the side of like a huge
I can't do
chunk
this. I
of
can't do
shit.
this. I can't do this.
And so everyone on board like gets scattered as the ship literally just like at a 45-degree angle bounces off the side of this thing. There's massive damage inside the ship. This is when we shake the camera and everybody kind of like falls back and forth, and there's fire and shit coming out of the side of the panels. Bunch of random cables fall from the ceiling. It's all gone to hell. So you're gonna take another consequence because that's I'll let you decide. Do you want to fill your stress box, or do you want to take another consequence? It's a 3-point hit basically. The reason, the things that'll happen here. If you are unable to absorb the shift by either taking a stress box, taking consequence, or both, you get taken out. But you can have all your stress filled. It just means you only have 2 more consequences you can take. The ship's still okay for now. But you have to take the level 4 consequence or fill in that last box of stress.
But it's the same regardless.
Yeah, the consequence is just like a negative aspect that I can invoke on my turn. The stress box is just a number. It might be the smarter of the 2 for right now. It just means that every hit after that this is like for real.
Yeah, let's take stress then. We don't
Okay.
need more reasons for you to be able to kill us.
I feel like Eugene and I are just not rolling very well. The 2 that aren't rolling well today are also in the combat.
Literally the people who are trying to like keep this shit going.
Well, I can help. I don't know when my turn.
Yes, your turn is next, Rex.
Right.
So yeah, so here's what happens. Yeah, the ship just like bangs into the side of a hulk, a rusting hulk, and yeah, you all get jostled around really badly. Rex, what are you gonna do? You're back at one of the sensor stations.
Can I create an aspect for the scene?
Yeah, totally.
I want.
What do you have in mind?
So Rex is scanning around them, and he sees in the direction they're heading is an area of high density electromagnetic interference, and he
Okay.
knows if we get in there, we have to fly blind. But all the ships behind us, we're going to lose comms. They're going to lose like any
the
kind of
swarm-
tracking.
The swarm will lose cohesion because
The
they have
swarm
to
will lose cohesion.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the thing. There's some deep atavistic part of you, some ancient, Sharkanoid ancestral instinct here that harkens back to being in the great planet sea and like hunting schools of fish. Yeah. And like maybe there are like electro whales on your original home planet that emit this field, and so your ancestors would chase fish into the fields that they give off, which would then confuse them and let
And
you
the
and your
schools would disperse. Yeah.
so good. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Perfect.
Okay, rad. So I think for that, you're going to be rolling clever. I think that's a
Okay.
clever action. And let's say difficulty 2.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Minuses.
Stuff. The worst possible clever roll you could
Okay,
make.
I'm gonna use the fact that I am a daring outlaw Sharkanoid,
Okay.
and I've done this in practice before in different environments to
Sure.
re-roll my roll.
Yeah.
Please. Sir.
Okay. All right. Now you have there's still a free invoke on scattered sensors if you want to use it.
Yes.
Yeah, to get yourself another
Okay.
one. Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. So you activate that scattered sensors, and they're not able to chase you into the field, but you do get to create that that invoke of electromagnetic field. Okay. Cool. All right. So you got a 3. There's an electromagnetic field there now. And yeah, so I guess Eugene, when Rex shouts at you to like,
So
I guess
here's what happens. Is
you're not
Rex,
controlling. Yeah, go ahead and narrate it. Rex.
Rex like spots this area, and then he like grabs the comms, and you can hear in the background like whoop whoop whoop. There's stuff in the cargo holds like all over the place, and he's just like, Eugene,
What?
there's an area of electromagnetic interference up ahead. I'm sending the location to you. And I press send, and you see like on your desk in front of you, like you see like a blip appear. And he just yells like, head there and we can lose them. And I'm gonna compel you and your disgusting cowardice to listen to Alpha Rex.
Yeah.
He's speaking with authority. He's here to save your ass, all right? So you're gonna do exactly what he says and head for that field.
Yeah. All right. You don't have a choice. Do you want to offer any counterpoint to that compel? Or you just want to take it as is?
We'll take it. Yeah.
All right. So in a moment of panic, Eugene just hears someone shouting louder than they can think, and
I'm so used to hearing him shout at me. It's fine.
All right. So yeah, you fly into the field, and and I think that the drones, they fly in after you, but they're not moving in these kind of like sweeping arcs anymore. They're kind of just scattered and moving as individuals. So there's only three clouds left. So I'll just let you decide who wants to defend against each one now. So the first batch comes flying in towards the ship, ready to latch on and drain your batteries. Who's going to defend against them, and how do you do that? And it can be anybody now. Like Eugene, it can be how you're piloting. It could be Jack or hacking. It's all you all have an option for defense. So
I mean, I will if literally nobody else can think of anything, because my rolls are like Nuffle hates me right now. I should not roll unless I need to.
I would use someone that has 3 fate points instead of you.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, so you're just what are you doing, Aurora?
I am going to Sparky's already locked onto this group because they're coming in hot, and the butt lasers go off immediately, and I'm just sitting there pressing it, and I'm like getting into it like, oh, come on, and I'm like crap talking the whole time, and I'm just like getting so into it, and I'm like, oh, you pussies, and all that, and just like yelling. So if they heard me, they'd be like, what the hell is going on with Aurora right now? So I'm like an Xbox Live player right now.
A bag of Doritos just comes out of nowhere, and you
just floats by your head in the background.
A 0G bag of Doritos.
Yeah, little Doritos floating. Yeah. Cool. All right, so you're just screaming into the mic, trying to fire at these last things. Your ammo counter just like flying down faster than we can read it. Here comes the first swarm. I got a 4.
Can you just not do that? That'd be great.
So you got to defend. So go ahead and roll your forceful.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you've got some choices. You have points still. You got 3 fate points. You can invoke your own stuff. You can invoke the electromagnetic field for free once. You can invoke They're Everywhere if you want to. I've still got a free invoke on that. So do you want to spend points?
So I need to invoke 2, right?
You would if you wanna beat me, yeah.
I think I'm gonna do the free invoke plus the loyal companion. Can I do the loyal companion again, or I can only do it once?
No, you can do it per roll.
Okay.
You just have to explain to us how that works. Like, what does it look like? Why does Sparky help you, etc.
I think that's like, as I'm getting so aggressive, and I'm just like all the language that Aurora never uses is just coming out in full force, and like a 12-year-old kid playing Halo. competitive Halo. It's like, it's just so bad. And then you see Sparky slowly transform into like, Rottweiler Sparky. And then he starts actually barking, very deep and aggressive as well. So it's like he, in his own language, is also getting into it. So he just gets so into that he can't. He has to. He's getting more competitive with me.
Okay, perfect.
These people are going down. Oh.
All right. So you want to use Sparky with one of your points, and then you want the free one from electromagnetic field.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the field is still there. You've used your point. And that brings you up to 5.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my free invoke of They're Everywhere to put me at 6. So you'll take 1, or you can spend another point. It's up to you. You might want to save your points for when you actually get to attack, because you do pretty good when you guys get attacks in, but you've only got 2 consequence box left. So what do you think?
Feel like, gosh, I just feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I shouldn't use it. What happens if I don't?
You'll take another consequence. The ship gets more damage. Yeah.
And then we'll only have 1 consequence left.
Yeah, and I get a
before we
free
all
and I'll get a free invoke on that consequence.
Yeah, well, I am the ascended mechanic of Alexatron, so I get really in the zone, and then suddenly I just stop talking, and Sparky and I just become one as we become this transformed gamer, and just go ham. Okay, because I am ascended.
Like a kid becoming one with his Xbox.
So I think what happens is you've got the joystick, and you're taking targets, and you're frustrated, and you're shouting and everything, and then we see the ammo counter. You've got these 4 little ammo counters, 1 for each barrel. They all run out at once, and they start blinking. And above you, in front of the screen, these huge pixelated letters that say "Insert coin" appears and just starts blinking at you. And then we get the close-up shot of you, your hip and your pocket, and we see you reach in your pocket and pull out a credit coin. And jam it in. It's got the prince's face on it, and jam it into a slot on the guns, and then it starts to blink. The ammo counter refills, and then you just go into doom trance and just start taking shots at them. And they scatter. Right, they can't get in towards you. And in this electromagnetic field, they're confused and not able to get in on that attack.
Do I also gain +5 to sex with their moms? Is it
No.
That's what you're paying.
Yes.
That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for. That's what that credit gets you.
So so there's these other two swarms. Who's dealing with the next one? So while Aurora is firing to keep swarm A, there's swarms B and C. Who's going to defend against the second swarm? And how?
I'm trying to figure out what our ship could do.
What would you like it to do, Jesse?
I wanna
This plucky little tug.
this plucky little tug. Electromagnetic pulse burst. Boom. Done. I want to hit him. I want to hit him and knock him out. Knock him out the box, Luke.
So I guess so what are you gonna do? You're waiting for them to latch onto the ship, and then you're gonna technobabble shunt energy to the hull from the batteries and
absolutely
shock
reverse the
them?
polarities. Yeah, all that
Create
stuff.
a
Absolutely.
micro EMP.
Yeah, nerd stuff. Okay. All right. So here they come. So this time you let them in, and the ship is pissed. The ship is shouting at you in Spanish, because you're not even trying to defend yourselves now. And and they all come in and they latch on with their big piranha teeth, and they start drilling. And we can see out the porthole. Maybe Rex, you look up and you see one of them come flying in, dig its teeth in, and start spinning the teeth. Sparks flying off. Red lights flashing. And then Quinn, you grab 2 power cables and jam them together. Okay. All right. So you are defending with, I think, clever, probably in this case. Clever or flashy?
Sure. I'm trying to figure out. Shit. I mean, I think it would be. Yeah. All right. Let's try clever. Shit. I want to do clever, because I don't think I do it flashily, right?
Yeah,
So-
I mean that's the thing. It's clever. You're using the ship in a way that it's not designed to be used.
Right.
You're basically hooking the car battery up to the hull and having it expel a shock.
What do I have to beat? A 3?
3. You beat a 3.
All right. Come on. At least give me a 1.
I gave you a 1. Just
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Man. Y'all are cursed today.
I know. I want to do. I want to use my former Space Jacker skills to re-roll that.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Please, God.
Good.
All right.
got-
Hold
got
on
the one.
now.
You got the
Hold on
one.
now. Yeah. I can't use space jacking again since I already used it, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to do the
I mean, here's the thing: you are the disgraced guardian of the 12 Serpentes, and these are ships of the.
this
of
is
the-
my home. That is you're
This is
absolutely
your
right.
home.
This is my
you know
home.
exactly
I
how
would
these ships
know.
work.
Absolutely. I would know about all this stuff from years of having lived here. You're totally right.
Okay. So your familiarity with the kind of scum that exists in the debris ring
Mhm.
helps you out. Okay. All right. That's cool. You spend that point. So that brings you up to 3. That's a tie. Which means the ship won't take any more damage, but I get to add another. I get a boost. And the boost here is going to be depleted batteries.
God damn it.
So I'll get a free shot on it, but the ship doesn't take any damage. So yeah, you do it. You like pull the switch that fires the electrical field. It repels the piranha bots off the ship. But yeah, Eugene, you get the little like check engine soon light start blinking, warning you that the battery levels are low. Cool. Okay, and that's let's see, 1, 2.
Not
all right,
cool.
one.
Don't say cool. How dare
One
you?
more.
Cool.
Cool,
Cool.
You're all
Yeah,
gonna die.
Cool.
Cool.
I love
One
it.
more. One
Yeah,
more
great.
swarm. Who's defending against this
I'd like
swarm?
to activate my stunt.
Okay, what's your stunt?
My stunt that because I was raised by robots, once per session, I can hack robotics around me when I feel threatened.
Yo, that's how you do.
And then
Okay.
I'm going to use it on this last crew that comes in. I want to hack one of their ships and turn it against them.
Oh yeah, sure. So that's a
Bring
great.
it in a swarm. I want to
Yes.
I want to self-destruct around the other two.
So you want? I think it's totally reasonable to use your stunt to have the swarm that hasn't gone yet, instead of
Yeah.
attacking you, attack one of the other swarms. Totally.
Okay, or that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable.
Piranha fight.
Yeah. So these 3 they come flying in, and then we cut to Aurora. In the chair in like trance mode, and what does it look like? You can see them; they're about to like tear into the ship.
You see her like I think you see like Sparky's eyes turn from a white to a red, and that's when the stunt actually gets activated because he's the one that hacked into them, and without even telling Aurora because they become one, and she thought it and he did it, and so then you see this middle ship just all of a sudden turn on both the others around him and just start firing away.
Sure. Yeah. So these 3 they come flying in close, they peel off, and then they like lunge for the nearest ones. So they attack with a +2. They get a 2, and then the other swarm that they attack defends with nothing. And let's see. Okay, so 2 that knocks out 2 of them. Cool. Yeah. So we see these drones just fall on the other ones and start consuming them. Which buys you the rest of the turn. Nice work. Quinn, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? There are two fully formed swarms of 3, and then one like lone guy by himself now.
Gotcha. The consequence, the confuse internal systems.
Yes.
Can I trigger that?
No. So it's a consequence. So it's like harm of the ship, and it's not. You can't use it in a positive way. It's only there.
I mean, what is the thing
for
that I have
compel.
on them? What is the what is that?
So,
I don't see it on here.
So they're everywhere, and electromagnetic field are both present, but you need to spend points to use them.
Gotcha. I want to spend a point to cause some of them to abandon the chase because I think we're just debris now.
Yeah. So that would be you be basically making an attack.
Okay.
And you can do that with forceful if you're just trying to like forcefully override them.
Mhm.
And then I'll just roll to defend as usual.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. So you're forcefully attacking,
Okay.
and I believe you have a stunt for that.
Yes, because we're definitely outnumbered.
Definitely outnumbered. Yep.
God, please don't suck.
This is like your best roll. There you go. You got 3.
All right, so it's a 5.
Oh,
Okay. Let me see how they defend.
Hey!
Okay. So you beat them by 3. I'm gonna use. Still got 4 points in my pool, so I'm gonna use one of them to use their one. They're just drones, so they have one aspect. So I'm gonna use that. So that'll bring it down to a 1, which means you'll destroy. You'll basically chase off that one remaining one from the group that got damaged already. So, what does that look like when you do that? Is it you just like doing computer stuff? How do you use the your skills?
He switched over to the co-pilot's chair and he sort of swings into it and starts like mashing things on the top part of the cockpit, like red flashing buttons, and starts pressing all sorts of different things. And there's buzzes and whizzes and whirs and all sorts of things going off that are different. And then you see that sort of the top half of the ship and a little tiny antenna like turn a little bit, and suddenly a few of them just go a different direction.
Yeah. So this one particularly like peels off and flies off into the debris field, chasing some random tumbling piece of trash. Yeah. Cool. All right, Aurora, it is your turn.
Oh, and there's one group left?
There are 2 groups of 3. Yep.
Okay. And so the stunt only lasts 1 round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am going to fire my butt lasers at him. So.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll forceful. Nice. Got a 3. Okay. They will defend. I also got a 3. So.
Does this
that
mean
going?
that we get like an aspect though?
Yeah. So you can get a boost. But I'm gonna invoke the depleted batteries, just to bump me up so that you don't get that boost.
Okay.
So
anything to invoke, right?
I mean, you have your own personal point that you could use, but there's no more free ones.
I think I'm just gonna like not get the boost, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
You
it's not.
get
It's not.
to create a thing if you guys tie. So
Yeah, we're not tied though because she got a 3 and
Oh.
I bumped it up to 5.
you savage.
I know,
Okay.
using the depleted batteries. So because of the electromagnetic field trick from before, your targeting systems are on the fritz. They're like blinking in and out, and you're able to keep them back, but not really gain any ground. Pilot Eugene, after you bounce the ship off the side of a hull, what are you doing? You're kind of like spiraling now.
I'm just aiming toward where Rex told me to go.
You want to try to keep it inside the magnetic field. You're basically like orbiting around a big.
Oh, are we already there?
Yeah. You're in it right now.
Oh.
That's why your systems are all kind of flickering, and they're having a harder time tracking you. That's what that electromagnetic field aspect is.
I'm going to try to just like keep us stable in here. Like try not to do any like fucking crazy shit. I want to just like keep us pretty stable, which I know will make it easier for them to target us, but will hopefully make it easier for like Aurora to target them and so forth. So
Totally. Okay, yeah, make a careful roll. Just trying to like stay on target in the field, not doing anything flashy. Call it difficulty 2. There you go.
Hey.
You did it, kid. You did it.
She failed based on the reaction.
All right, so I'm gonna give
Stop
you
crying.
I'll give you a scene aspect. We'll call it steady course, and you get two free invokes of it because you beat it with style. Let me just double check. I think because I gave you difficulty 2, right?
Yeah.
So you succeeded. Yeah, and you succeeded and get 2. So 2 free invokes. All right. So you're on a steady course. You're holding the ship steady, and that means that Aurora is going to have a much cleaner shot on her turn when she comes after the thing. Now I can spend my points to invoke against your steady course, but hopefully you'll be able to do something about them before then. Rex, it is your turn.
Ugh. I guess let's discover an aspect about the ships.
Oh yeah, you want to try to figure out something about them?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll. I mean, how do you do that? What is it that Rex is doing?
So Rex is just, there's not really anything for Rex to do except stay at this console. And just above him in like the glass, he saw that ship latch on and start drilling in.
Mm-hmm.
And based on that, he's like, he can see like the serial number and the make of the ship and the custom detailing. And yeah.
All right. So roll clever to try to put the pieces together. And difficulties, you get a clear shot on them. Let's call it difficulties 2.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
So they're just drones. They only have one aspect, and that aspect is they are heat-seeking pirate drones. And because you discovered the aspect, somebody gets a free. One of you can use a free invoke on them. So that's their aspect. You can also, now that you know it, you can compel it. So you can say like, you could give me a reason to have them disappear instead of having to keep fighting them. But I can also reject it. But if I do, I have to give you one of my points from my pool. So anyone can do that. It doesn't have to be on their turn, but that's what Rex does. So Rex, you recognize them. You've seen these drones in action. They just lock onto the heat signatures of the engine, and they fly over. And what they're meant to do is just chew holes in the hull, let out all the atmosphere. Everyone on board dies, and then the actual pirates will come in and pillage the ship. That's their programming.
Cool. So I think Rex just relays this over the ship comms. He just kind of like leans in and he's like, I think these are heat-seeking pirate droids. They're feeding on the heat of the engine. Anything you can do, Quinn? Just leaves it at that.
Okay. Yeah, so it's their turn. They're going to fly in for another attack unless someone would like to make a compel. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and roll my 2 attacks. I know you're all a little like low on points.
I don't think we can really compel it yet.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it right now.
Well, the thing about the compels is it's the same with the other players. You can do an event compel or a behavior compel and just say like, there's another source of heat nearby. I'm offering you a compel to have them chase that instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh shit, there's a sun over there. That's so much hotter than we are.
I mean, if they were just distracted by the sun,
is a stretch.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch.
I don't know.
But
I say we just defend and then wait for our turns.
okay.
I think I can't compel, right? Because I don't have a point.
Right. Yeah, you would need to offer up your point. Now remember, you have two free. You have a free invoke of steady course and a free invoke on heat-seeking pirate drones, so you can use those to defend yourselves against the incoming ships.
Just to double check, free invoke means that we don't have to use a.
Right. You don't spend your points.
Yeah,
the way I've been doing it is that if you see a little like bracket next to the aspect, consider that a free invoke. I'll put a little GM next to it if it's for me, but not you. But yeah, all of those are yours.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So the first swarm comes in. Who's defending and how?
I guess I will. I'm still just firing my lasers.
Okay.
In the back. I guess Aurora just never really stops shooting. She just keeps going and keeps having to put coins in apparently. So, yeah.
Hold on. Let me roll that with the proper adjustment. There we go. So in pursuit, they get a 1. That's all you got to beat. Go ahead and roll forceful. Good. That's a 0.
You serious? Can I get the free invoke now to make it a 2?
Which one do you want to invoke for free?
Listen, we're on a steady course. I don't know why I would miss this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thanks to Eugene's careful piloting, you're able to keep sustaining suppressing fire to keep them away from the back end of the ship. And now that we know they're heat-seeking pirate drones, you can definitely see they're like following in that wake, the energy wake that's left behind you. So you defend yourself against the first swarm. Second swarm comes in. I've got a let's see. I've got a 5. Who's in charge of defending against this one? And how?
Shit.
Wait, what is it?
It's a 5.
I can try and defend quickly.
What do you do?
Where are they attacking from?
They're coming in basically like from behind the ship as you're flying through the debris.
Turn on those engines, full power, blast them with fire, bro.
Dude,
Ah.
I think there's we have like a bunch of useless shit in the cargo hold, and
Are
held
you
down
about
by
to
like
throw our money out?
steel nets.
You fucking.
And Rex just like, like some of the shit is not that useful. It's like some fucking salad.
If
That-
you roll badly, goodbye useful shit.
I thought he
Fine.
was gonna.
The useful shit is at the further at the front of the ship. The
I thought he
shitty
was
shit is at the
gonna-
back of the ship.
I thought he was gonna invoke our cash of expensium and just be like, "This, we don't need this," and
Just
just
throw
throw it
money
out.
at
Like,
Okay.
No,
well,
no.
so you're gonna the first thing you think of is to just like jettison a bunch of cargo from the hold.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
All right. So before you have your roll to defend, let's take a break. We'll cliffhanger on this roll. We'll see if you can beat my 5
Okay.
when we come back. Now you got lots of free invokes, so I believe in you. But we'll see what happens. We've got what, two more hours I think of 2 more hours. Nebula Jazz, come on back.